Hello and welcome to this video. As you can tell by the title, we are doing a reading vlog again. And if you can tell by my surroundings, you might be able to tell that I'm house sitting again as well. So it seems I do always do these reading vlogs when I'm house sitting. The dogs might bark in the background. I'm house sitting for quite a while this time, so this reading vlog is going to chronicle many days. I have 3 books with me at the house, but I can always just go back to my house to fetch some more. 2 of which, all of which are on my March TBR, which you would have seen me do last week. I brought with me Oligarchy by Scarlett Thomas, and then The Promise by Damon Galgut, and Quiet by Susan Cain, which is in my other bag somewhere, so I don't have it in my hand right now, but yes. So, without further ado, let the reading vlog commence. I'm busy making myself some dinner, but I'm so hungry that I'm snacking on pretzels in the meantime. So, while I wait for my dinner to cook, you can enjoy this 1-second transition to a time when I'm busy doing something else. I just wanted to pop back in and say I just got back from yoga. As you saw me leaving, I just made myself some dinner. I'm about to sit down. Sorry, the dog is licking my leg. I'm about to sit down and watch, I think I'm going to watch Pretend It's a City. I'm going to read some more. I made a bit of progress on Far From the Madding Crowd. I'm currently on chapter 5, which is only page 37 in the copy of the book that I have, which is not inspiring, but I will finish it at some point. And then I will check back in with you again, probably only once I've made some more significant progress in the books that I'm reading, because otherwise I feel like this is going to be a 5-hour-long video, and I don't think you want to watch that, and I certainly don't want to edit that, so I'm going to check back in with you again, probably only in a couple of days' time, when I've made some more progress in the books that I'm currently reading. Hello all, I'm checking back in after a long period of silence. I'm here to give you just a general update on the state of my reading. I have been listening to Far From the Madding Crowd on audiobook. I'm currently on chapter 12, so I don't listen to it that much. I just listen to it when I walk somewhere. But it's going well so far. I still don't really know what the story is about. So that's going well-ish. I finished The Promise by Damon Galgut. I actually finished it just this afternoon. I really enjoyed it. It's a very tragic story actually, but it's really well told and it's very interesting and it keeps you on the tip of your toes all of the time, except that after a while you can kind of tell what's going to happen because it seems to happen to everybody in this story. I can tell why it was shortlisted for the Booker Prize. It's a really very good book. And if you haven't read it yet, maybe pick it up, give it a try, see if it tickles your fancy. Quiet is slipping quietly into the background. I haven't read anything in this book, I think, since the last time you saw me read this book. I'm going to be reading it. You know, I actually do enjoy reading this book. It's just the mental thought of sitting down to read it is a bit daunting. But when I do actually sit down and read it, I really enjoy it. So I must just get over myself and read it again. And then the other book that I brought with me, Oligarchy by Scarlett. I haven't started yet, but I'm about to start because I'm waiting for my computer to process and export a video, and it is taking very long. And I have nothing else to do in that time because I can't use my laptop while it is exporting because otherwise it is too slow and nothing happens. So in the meantime, while I wait for this video to export, I'm going to start reading Oligarchy. You could say that I could just continue reading Quiet, but at this point in my life, I'm really I want to read fiction. And I want to read the Oligarchy, or just Oligarchy. And then I will make myself dinner, and hopefully by the time I've made myself dinner, the video will be finished exporting. I was also listening to a podcast, Books Unbound. If you don't listen to it, maybe give it a try if you haven't, if you like books, which is probably why you're watching this video. Good morning to you all. The last time you will have seen me, I will have been sitting on the couch in a very dark-ish room, reading Oligarchy, because I started reading it last night. I got about 30 pages in, and then I fell asleep. I got tired while reading the book, and I fell asleep. So I'm continuing this morning. See how far I can get today. Might be able to finish the whole book today. Might not. We'll see how it goes. But yes, I just wanted to check in and say hello and give you an update. But I'm continuing with Oligarchy this morning. I'm kind of enjoying it so far. I'm still trying to get behind the gist of what's happening. But at least I'm not hating it. So that's a good sign. I'm on page 150 something of this book now. I'm about to go out with a friend for some coffee, but basically I'm gonna finish reading this book today. It's a really weird book. It's very strange, but I will give you my final thoughts on it once I have finished it. But it's can't quite make out whether I like it or not, and I'm almost finished with it. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go have some coffee with a friend, then I'll come back and finish reading the book. Okay, final check-in time. I'm back home. Yesterday was my last day house sitting, so I'm back home now, and I just wanted to do sort of a closing out of this video. I finished reading 2 of the books that I brought with me in this video. The first one being The Promise by Damon Galgut, and then Oligarchy by Scarlett. I really enjoyed The Promise. I think I said this already when I finished it, but if you haven't yet read it and you are interested, I would definitely give it a read. It's very good, it's very well written, and it's a really good story. It's quite tragic, but it's still a very good story. Oligarchy, on the other hand, I still don't know whether or not I actually like this book, but I read it in a day. It's kind of... The only way I could describe this book to you is it's kind of as if you were dropped into the middle of some random cult meeting with no prior knowledge of the cult and whatever is going on there. You just get dropped in and it's quite an extreme book. It's very weird and confusing at times and really fast paced. Like, I feel like she doesn't spend a lot of time on any of the topics that she discusses or like any of the events that happen in the book, which kind of bothered me a little bit when it came to some of the tragedies that happened, because I feel like they were just glossed over. They were just, you know, a little plot point on the whole story arc, but maybe that's how she wanted it to be. It's kind of like being dropped into a cult. You are really confused most of the time, but you also can't get yourself to leave or like look away. So it's it's a confusing book. I don't really know how to describe it to you. That's the best way that I could come up with. It deals a lot with eating disorders and body dysmorphia and, you know, just teenage angst. So if you don't want to read about those things, if you don't want to read about body dysmorphia and eating disorders, I would give this one a skip, because it's basically what the whole book is about. In short, so yes, proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. Did I just say that again? Caution. Why does it sound like I'm putting an R in the middle of my word caution? Caution. Anyway, I've not made any more progress on Far From the Madding Crowd. I actually have a copy that I can show you now. I haven't listened to it again, so I think I'm still on chapter 12. And then I've made some progress again in Quiet, but not very much. So yes, at least I've read 2 books in this reading vlog, which I'm very happy about, to be honest. I'm very pleased with myself, because I think I'll actually be able to finish Quiet and Far From the Madding Crowd in sometime soon, and then I still have The Method up in my room. And that will be my 5 books that I wanted to read this month, and maybe I can even read more than that. I usually say that, and then after the time I've said, oh, maybe I can actually read more books than I wanted to read, I usually end up stopping reading, and then I don't read anything for the rest of the month. But this month I'm determined. So Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you want to see more bookish content from me. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again next week with another video. Bye.